Hello everyone, in another day, in another week, in another maybe? I don't know, it might be another month when this video comes out. What I wanted to talk with you guys about is what's been filling my time for the past, 5 days. Anime! Or as my tech director likes to call it, anime. I'm not huge into anime, I haven't seen a ton of them, but when I make the effort to see one, I'm always like, this is really good, and then I watch through all of it. So I've been watching Fullmetal Alchemist for the past 5 days, and I'm just about done the original one. There's also Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. That I will be starting very soon. Now I have a question for you guys. Whenever there's a movie like that, and it's normally only anime for me. It's not real life movies like this. Now, whenever there's something I'm watching, like Fullmetal Alchemist, I always really, really, really want our world to be like their world. Now, in most animes where there's magical powers or something like that, there's normally a lot of killing and death. And I'm not talking about that's the part I want. I want the world that they live in, because the worlds are always so cool. So to put some backstory on it, if you don't watch animes, or at least don't watch Fullmetal Alchemist. Fullmetal Alchemist is an anime where, of course, there's a lot of story that I'm not going to get into, but the difference to our world is, of course, the looks of the world. It's a lot more underdeveloped in most places, but then there's other places that look way more developed. So you can use alchemy to do things like make one metal into another metal, or change the ground shape, or use the earth to grab someone with a hand made out of rock or something. So basically you can just transfer materials that are there and kind of remake the structure of their molecules and things like that, and it's really, really, really cool. And there's also a bunch of other crazy stuff to it, the more magical aspect of it, of the Philosopher's Stone, where you can have amplified power and all that stuff. So anyway, my point with this is, with animes and movies and pretty much any show where there's crazy cool powers or just something different, I always get engrossed in it, and I'm always just I want to be the main character of that, or I want that power or something. There's very, very often times where I sit there and look at our world and I'm just kind of it's boring. There's a lot of cool things, and science is really cool, and whole loads of things are really awesome, but at the same time there could totally be some kind of magic or mysterious thing. I don't know, I just wish there was something different, something that's, I don't know, just powers. People have powers that they can do much cooler things and much crazier things than we can do. So really often I have that thought whenever I'm watching animes or movies or anything like that. So I was just wondering, do you guys have that thought? When you guys sit down and watch an anime or a movie, do you guys sit there, watch it, and you're like, that was an awesome episode, or that movie was amazing? Or are you that was an awesome episode, and you're like, dude, I would totally love to do that? Or you watch it and you go around and you imitate it, and it's just alchemy thing. By the way, that's what the main character, he claps his hands together before he does a transmutation, which is what the magical thing they're doing is. So are you one of the people that just sits and watches it and you're like, that was a good show? Or are you one of the people that sits and watches it and then goes around and acts it out and acts silly about it for the next forever until the show's over? Or the next few hours after a movie. So that brings me to, I would really like the whole virtual reality thing, because that'd be so cool. I talked about this in the school Hunger Games thing vlog, and I would just love that. It'd be so cool. But I think there is a way that we can do this. Not particularly virtual reality in a game with other people, but there's a bunch of things coming out soon that kind of put you into a lucid dream state. What a lucid dream is it's basically where you're oh, hey, I'm in a dream. And then that gives you control over your dream. Because generally, if you think about any dream you can remember, you just go with things. You just go with anything that's happening. You could see a giant purple flying elephant, and you'd be yeah, giant purple flying elephant, and move on your way, and go wherever the dream takes you. But once you realize you're in a dream, you have the ability to take over. And so I really want to get one of those things and just like have lucid dreams and do like crazy things like alchemy or like have superpowers or this or that. Like I would just constantly do that, and it'd just be so cool because it'd be like sleep. I find is a huge waste of time. Now I know most teenagers my age is just like sleep a waste of time. You are insane. But I actually find sleep to be a waste of time because it's just like it's this time where you don't actually feel any of it. Also, another thing I should say, once I get up and get going, I'm perfectly energized for the same amount of time for the rest of the day. I need like 3 hours of sleep max. And then after that like initial getting up point, I'm doing this with my hands, you couldn't see it. But after that initial getting up point, I'm energized and I'm ready for the rest of the day. Now I don't want to sleep only 3 hours because I find that to be unhealthy. But point being, if I sleep for like 10 hours, I'm like, ugh, I could have slept for 3 less hours and done 3 hours of fun stuff. And now with this thing, I can go into like a lucid dream and do like alchemy or like I could be in an anime or a movie or something, and it'd just be so, so, so cool. And I know there's ways to like train yourself to go into lucid dreams, but I really don't dream much. So I'm hoping maybe I don't like remember my dreams at all, or I don't know. So I'm hoping I can get to the point where I have more dreams and I can have lucid dreams, because it would just be like the coolest thing ever. Because I could just go around and be like, fireball, lightning bolt, and I mean, I'm hoping it works how I want it to work, because that'd be so cool to have like a virtual reality, unquote, thing to have, and you just like play with it and you can just do anything. It'd just be so cool. So I think I just said a lot of stuff really quick, but that's what I wanted to talk with you guys about this week, and Bob's your uncle. I didn't use that phrase quite correctly, but I wanted to fit it in somewhere. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a rating, comment, subscribe. Looking at myself in the camera. Looking at myself in the camera. Looking at myself at the camera. Camera looking at myself at that. And I will see you guys next time. Later.